Do you struggle with indecision, watching the world rush past you? You have the power to stop hesitating and start commanding your destiny. In this video, I'll reveal 3 simple habits to build absolute clarity. The third habit I'll share is a true compass for your life. So make sure you hit like and subscribe, because you are not going to want to miss it. Too many, my friend, cling to the deceptive comfort of the familiar, watching in bewildered despair as their hard-won empires erode, swept away by the relentless tide of innovation. They view the advent of new technologies not as golden opportunities beckoning from the horizon, but as terrifying, insurmountable threats to their established order. This stubborn resistance, this desperate clinging to what was, to the methods that once brought success, is the very anchor that drags down their potential, binding them to a past that no longer serves. You, my striving soul, must cultivate the audacious courage to proactively dismantle your own successful past, to shed the skin of yesterday's triumphs, and to build, with unwavering conviction, an even grander, more resilient future. The world demands not preservation, but bold, visionary recreation. The profound, electrifying truth, my striving soul, is this: monumental, enduring success is never born of mere chance or fleeting luck, but of an unshakable, piercing vision. It is achieved by those rare individuals who possess the uncanny ability to perceive the subtle currents of future trends, to discern the systemic shifts already unfolding within the present landscape, and then, crucially, to commit with an audacious, unwavering conviction that defies all skepticism. These are the titans who dare to bet their very fortunes, their reputations, upon the clarity of their internal sight. They do not merely adapt. They redefine entire industries. They forge new markets, and in doing so, they create immense, lasting value for humanity. This, my friend, is the immutable blueprint for your own inevitable triumph, a pattern etched into the very fabric of reality, waiting for your hand to trace its lines. Consider, if you will, the indomitable spirit of Cornelius Vanderbilt, a man whose ears were attuned to the very whisper of the future, audible in the rhythmic chugging of a new engine. While lesser minds clung desperately to the familiar, romantic era of sail, Vanderbilt, with the clarity of a prophet, saw steam as the undeniable destiny of transportation. He did not merely observe, he acted. He abandoned a prosperous, comfortable business, a certainty that many would envy, to command one of the very first untested steamboats. His cautious friends, blinded by the present, called him mad, a fool risking all. But Vanderbilt, my friends, saw beyond the immediate, turbulent horizon, into the vast, boundless ocean of possibility that steam power promised. He possessed the courage to not just dream, but to seize the nascent future and bend it to his will, demonstrating that true vision demands radical action. Vanderbilt's audacious conviction knew no bounds. He defied entrenched monopolistic laws, knowing in his core they were unconstitutional. And he pressed forward relentlessly until those very laws crumbled, shattered before the sheer force of his will. He offered to carry mails free, not out of charity, but with the shrewd foresight to build an unassailable empire of freight and passengers, weaving a web of commerce across the nascent nation. Then, with an even grander sweep of vision, foreseeing the iron arteries of a unified nation, he plunged headlong into the burgeoning railroad industry. Vanderbilt, my friend, teaches us this profound lesson. True visionaries do not merely adapt to the currents of change. They create the future. They command its direction, smashing old paradigms and forging new realities with an audacious, unyielding conviction that leaves no doubt as to their ultimate triumph. He was a force of nature, and so can you be. Then let us turn our gaze to Philip Armour, a man whose penetrating insight allowed him to perceive shimmering opportunity where others saw only the bewildering fog of chaos. From humble beginnings, traversing the prairies, to shrewd mining gains, he meticulously built a thriving grain business. But his true moment of destiny, his grand stage, arrived with General Grant's electrifying order, "On to Richmond." While the shrewd Wall Street speculators, blinded by conventional wisdom, scoffed and predicted soaring prices for provisions, Armour, with his unparalleled clarity of vision, saw beyond the immediate battlefield. He foresaw the imminent end of the war, and with it, the inevitable, precipitous fall of pork prices. He didn't just see a battle. He saw the profound, systemic shift in the very economic landscape. This, my friend, is the mark of a true visionary. To see beyond the noise into the silent, powerful currents of change. With an iron will, Armour sold pork short at $40 a barrel, a move so audacious it utterly baffled the shrewd men of finance, those who prided themselves on their market acumen. They laughed, my friend. They scorned his folly, confidently predicting prices would soar to $60. But Philip Armour, with his internal compass set firmly on truth, held his nerve, his conviction as ironclad as any fortress. And then, the inevitable. Richmond fell. The war concluded, and pork prices plummeted. Not to 60, but to a mere $12 a barrel. Armour, the fool, cleared $2 million. This, my striving soul, is the electrifying power of contrarian vision, of daring to bet against the clamoring crowd when your insight is deeper, your conviction utterly unshakable. It is the triumph of independent thought over herd mentality, a testament to the power of a mind that sees what others cannot. And then we arrive at the monumental figure of John D. Rockefeller, a titan of industry who possessed the extraordinary ability to see beyond the mere commodity of petroleum. He saw, with crystalline clarity, an entire nation shrouded in the dim, flickering, and often dangerous light of candles and whale oil. His genius, my friend, was not merely in the black gold itself, but in perceiving a universal, aching problem. A vast population desperate for superior, safe, and utterly reliable illumination for their homes, their businesses, their very lives. This, he realized, was not just a market. This was his grand opportunity, a gaping void in human need waiting for a visionary to fill it, not just with oil, but with the promise of clarity, safety, and abundant light. He saw the future, and he moved to command it. With an initial, humble single-barrel still and an unyielding commitment to an improved, more efficient process, Rockefeller began to transform crude oil into a superior, more refined grade. He possessed the alchemist's touch, seeing profound value where others saw only waste, discerning boundless opportunity where others perceived merely a volatile, undifferentiated commodity. His audacious, unshakable conviction was so absolute that it led him to buy out a partner for a staggering $1 million, declaring with prophetic certainty that it was cheaper at $1 million than 10. And indeed, in just 2 decades, that tiny, unassuming refinery, fueled by his unparalleled vision and relentless execution, blossomed into the colossal Standard Oil Trust, capitalized at an astounding 90 millions. He didn't just sell oil, my friend. He sold the very promise of a brighter, safer, more illuminated world, forever changing the landscape of human existence. This is the power of a mind that dares to see beyond the present. My striving friends, pause for a brief, vital moment. A brief word for those who know me, and for those we are meeting for the first time. I am Orison Swett Marden. The marvel of modern invention has carried my voice across the ages, for the principles of success and character are timeless, immutable truths that echo through every generation. If this wisdom, this electrifying truth, resonates with the deepest aspirations in your own soul, if it stirs the sleeping giant within you, then signal your alliance with a like. Let the digital currents carry this message of empowerment. And to ensure you do not miss the next crucial chapter in your own great development, to arm yourself with the tools for your inevitable triumph, I invite you to subscribe to this channel. Now, let us continue to forge your future. To you, the aspiring entrepreneur whose spirit yearns to build, yet finds itself trapped in the debilitating paralysis of perfect timing or endlessly chasing fleeting, ephemeral trends. Your modern problem, my friend, is not a scarcity of brilliant ideas, nor a lack of tireless effort. No, it is a profound lack of audacious conviction, the courage to bet your very being on your unique, unproven vision of the future. Stop waiting for the world's consensus, for external validation that will never come for the truly innovative. Instead, cultivate the piercing insight to see the unmet need, the systemic gap that others overlook, and then, with the unshakable certainty of a Vanderbilt, an Armour, a Rockefeller, plunge into that void. Your empire, your legacy, awaits your command, but it demands your fearless, immediate action. Seize it now. And to the brilliant software developer whose mind is immersed in the intricate elegance of code, yet who might perhaps be missing the grand sweeping architecture of tomorrow. Your profound challenge is not merely the meticulous writing of elegant, efficient functions, nor the optimization of existing algorithms. No, it is the imperative to perceive the next colossal wave of digital transformation, to anticipate the seismic shifts in how humanity interacts, creates, and thrives. Are you content merely building for today's transient market, perfecting the present? Or are you, with visionary foresight, architecting the foundational platforms that will utterly redefine interaction, commerce, and human potential a decade hence? Your lines of code, my friend, possess the latent power to be the very engine of a new era, a force that reshapes the world. Unleash that power. And you, the manager entrusted with the sacred task of steering your organizational ship through increasingly turbulent, unpredictable waters. Your modern dilemma, my friend, is not merely external competition, but the insidious inertia of established systems, the deep-seated resistance to change that festers from within. You must cultivate, with fierce determination, the audacious courage to challenge the comfortable status quo, to champion disruptive, even unpopular ideas, and to lead your teams not just in the pursuit of incremental efficiency, but in bold, visionary foresight. Do not allow yourself to be a mere caretaker of the past. Be the electrifying catalyst for internal revolution, the architect of profound transformation, not its passive, bewildered victim. Your leadership can ignite a new future for your enterprise, but it demands your unbending will to see and act. To the brilliant engineer whose very mind is forged in the crucible of logic, precision, and relentless innovation, Your profound challenge, my friend, is to transcend the admirable task of merely optimizing existing solutions, of refining what already exists. No, it is to envision entirely new paradigms, to conceive of breakthroughs that shatter conventional wisdom. Look far beyond the immediate specifications, the current limitations, and ask yourself, what fundamental human problem, what deep-seated societal need can your singular ingenuity solve in a way no one has ever dared to imagine? Do not be constrained by what is. Dream of what could be. Build the impossible, the miraculous, and in doing so, you will not only achieve personal greatness, but will redefine the very boundaries of what is possible for all of humanity. Your vision is the key to unlocking tomorrow. Now, my striving friend, how do we transmute this grand, electrifying vision into tangible, unyielding reality? It begins with the fundamental, potent force of focus. Every single morning, the very moment you stir from slumber, before the world's clamor and its myriad distractions can even begin to seize your precious mind, dedicate a single sacred minute. Ask yourself with piercing clarity, what is the one thing, the single most impactful action that, if achieved today with absolute certainty, would render everything else easier or perhaps entirely unnecessary? Do not merely ponder. Write it down with conviction in bold, decisive strokes. This, my friend, is not a suggestion. This is your command for the day. A declaration of intent that sets the universe in motion for your triumph. Let this be your first act of conscious creation. Your routine, my friend, is deceptively simple, yet monumentally powerful. Identify that one thing. Commit to its completion with unbending will, and then act with relentless, focused energy. By consciously and consistently focusing on that singular, most vital task, you are not merely organizing your schedule. You are declaring with the full force of your being, I am the master of my priorities, the architect of my day, the sovereign ruler of my time. You are no longer merely reacting to the incessant demands and chaotic currents of the world. You are dictating terms to it, bending reality to your will. This isn't just a mundane task to be checked off a list. It is a profound statement of intent, an electrifying declaration of your sovereign will over the often overwhelming chaos of modern demands. It is the first step in forging an indomitable character. After just one glorious week of this relentless, focused application, you will feel an immediate, profound shift. The suffocating fog of indecision that once clouded your mind will lift, revealing a path of crystalline clarity. You will experience an electrifying surge of control, a palpable sense of agency over your own life. Your progress, once sluggish, will accelerate with astonishing speed. Your grand vision will sharpen into vivid reality, and you will witness with your own eyes the cumulative, unstoppable power of directed, consistent effort. This, my friend, is not some mystical magic or fleeting luck. It is the inevitable, irrefutable result of aligning your indomitable will with your highest purpose. Day after glorious day, action after decisive action, you are becoming the person you were always meant to be. To further amplify and solidify your one-thing focus, to build an unassailable fortress of productivity, I urge you to embrace the profound simplicity of the Ivy Lee method. Before you leave your work each evening, before the day's distractions can blur your resolve, take a mere 5 minutes of sacred time. With absolute clarity, write down the 6 most important, most impactful tasks you must accomplish tomorrow, arranging them meticulously in order of true, unassailable priority. This is not a sprawling, overwhelming list of endless to-dos, my friend, but a concentrated, surgical strike force of precisely 6 objectives. This deliberate act is your battle plan, your strategic blueprint, laid out with surgical precision before the new day even has a chance to dawn. You are commanding tomorrow, today. Your routine, once established, must be absolute, unyielding. Begin with number 1, the most vital task, and complete it with singular focus. Only then, and not a moment before, move to number 2. This is your sacred vow of execution. Do not deviate, my friend. Do not allow distractions or lesser tasks to pull you from this path of iron discipline. By adhering to this unwavering commitment, you are proclaiming, with every completed action, to yourself and to the universe, I am a master of execution, a force of unstoppable momentum, a builder of empires. You are not merely making a list. You are forging an unbreakable chain of completed actions, each link pulling you inevitably, powerfully, towards the realization of your grander vision. This, my striving soul, is the very engine of all true progress, the relentless force that propels you to triumph. Commit to this simple yet profoundly powerful method for just 2 weeks, and you will witness an astonishing transformation within your life and work. The overwhelming chaos of your workload, the endless demands that once threatened to drown you, will yield to a crystalline clarity, a serene order that empowers rather than exhausts. You will complete more, achieve more, and experience a profound, deeply satisfying sense of accomplishment that fuels your spirit. The Ivy Lee method will not merely organize your tasks, my friend. It will fundamentally organize your very mind, sharpening your focus to a razor's edge and amplifying your innate capacity for monumental achievement. You will become a force of nature, a testament to the power of deliberate action and unwavering discipline. Your potential is limitless. When the inevitable setback strikes, my friend, when a bold, visionary bet falters, or a cherished plan unravels, do not for a single moment succumb to the corrosive poison of despair. The very instant you perceive what the world calls a failure, halt the tide of self-recrimination. Take a mere 3 minutes of sacred reflection. Instead of dwelling on the perceived loss or the sting of disappointment, ask yourself with unblinking honesty, what precise, invaluable lesson has this experience just taught me? What new potent insight has been forged in the crucible of this challenge, ready to be wielded in my next triumph? Do not merely think it, write it down explicitly, with the conviction of a scholar uncovering a profound truth. This is how you transmute lead into gold, failure into wisdom. Your routine, my striving soul, is to instantly, relentlessly transmute every setback, every perceived stumble, into pure, unadulterated wisdom. By consciously and deliberately reframing every mistake as a lesson, a crucial data point in your journey to mastery, you are declaring, with an electrifying force of will, I am an unyielding learner, an alchemist of adversity, capable of extracting gold from the dross of challenge. You are not, and never will be, defined by your stumbles, by the momentary falls along the path. No, You are defined by your unwavering, indomitable capacity to rise, wiser, stronger, and more determined from every single fall. This, my friend, is the very essence of true resilience, the inexhaustible fuel for your next audacious leap, your next glorious triumph. Embrace this power. Practice this profound habit, this alchemical transformation for just 1 month, and you will find a miraculous shift within your very being. Your paralyzing fear of failure will be utterly replaced by an insatiable, burning curiosity, a hunger for knowledge born from experience. Every challenge, no matter how daunting, will become an exciting experiment. Every error, a clearly marked stepping stone on your path to mastery. You will meticulously build an impenetrable mental fortress of resilience, a bastion of inner strength capable of weathering any storm, any reversal of fortune. This habit, my friend, will not merely save you from the corrosive grip of despair. It will propel you forward with an unstoppable, adaptive force, making you truly invincible in your pursuit of greatness. You will stand as a beacon of self-mastery, inspiring all who witness your ascent. The world awaits your command.